Good day, everybody. Welcome to today's video. Today's video, we're going to do something different. We're going to install an Android aftermarket stereo in my 2014 Jeep Wrangler JKU. In this big box right here, I get a Citreal Android stereo we're going to try out. It does come with all new bezel and everything else. I already have an aftermarket stereo, so I'm probably not going to be able or need to use all this, because I should be able to just take the old one out, put the new one in. Otherwise, you'd have to cut your dash or just use this setup right here. But let's get this out of the box and have a look. User manual. Doesn't have any wiring instructions, so this is the top plate. We got some wiring right down here. This is the dash bezel that you would use with it, and then more wiring, and this is the stereo itself. Now what I found that was terrible is that there's no wiring schematics with it. For example, this has got the CAN bus controller right here, but depending if you have an amplifier or not depends on how this wiring harness goes. So I'd take the 4 plug and plug it into here, into the 8 wire, or if you didn't have an amplifier, you plug the 8 wire into 8 wire. But then we have all these other wires to install. I mean, they're all labeled, but at the same time, it would be kind of nice. It doesn't tell you which one of these is for the Apple CarPlay. Well, I plugged in what I could on the back. We'll have to do some testing before we install it. So this is the Alpine that's in it, Alpine i109. So as you can see, it's very limited as far as what I could do. Just Apple CarPlay, audiobooks, podcasts, that kind of stuff. So I have an aftermarket stereo, so this is going to be slightly different because my dash has already been cut. I need to remove the AC vent. And once I remove the vent, I push out the electrical box for the windows, remove it. Then there's one 7mm screw that's right down in the middle. Then grab the stereo, pull it out, and then the head unit is bolted into place. I'm just removing all the screws, remove the wiring, getting that all out of the way. I got the new stereo. I just want to plug it in and test for power and everything before I go ahead and install it. Otherwise, I'd just be wasting my time. Turn on the key. Gonna see if I let the smoke out of the wires. And here we go. It's booting up. There we go. Powered by Android. Looking good. Looking good. First time booting up. Did take a little while. Then looking at the screen, I'm like, okay. It's got Android base plus CarPlay, so this should be all right. So I went to try to fit it up, and I couldn't get it to fit properly. So I decided I was going to try to use the dash bezel that came with it, but that didn't fit properly. So back to square one. Modify the housing bezel by clipping off all those little tabs, and by clipping those tabs off will allow the stereo to sit flush with the factory dash piece that I have. And as you can see, it fits up there flush, and it's in there nice and snug now, hopefully without any issues to come. So now that the stereo is in, let's boot it up. I need to sign into Google and download the apps I'm going to need for this. It's nice because it's Android based plus CarPlay. And the reason why I wanted this type of stereo over the Alpine that I have is with the Android based stereo, I can have maps on my screen that I need for off-roading. Maps that tell me where I'm going, make sure I'm not on any trails that are closed or anything else. So right now I'm just going through the menu features. There's lots of default apps and everything that are built in. A lot of them I'll actually never ever use, but they're defaulted in place. But I like the way that's set up and the way that it's going. It does have a nice backup feature that all I need to do is connect the camera to, because once I put the Jeep into reverse, it goes in the backup camera mode. That's why I have it set up currently. So I should have a camera within a week or two, and then I'll go ahead and install it. Right now I'm just going through the menu features and just kind of playing around, trying to get a feel for it, all the different settings. As you can see, I do like the setup for the equalizer and everything else. Makes it nice and simple to set it up. Lots of options, and it does actually produce a really nice sound. So I'm pretty impressed with that. Fortunately, I can't really play that for you because of copyright and everything else. So I'm just kind of showing you guys on the screen all the different types of features and stuff. And you can set up your subwoofer and date and time, about device, device info. So if you want to go into CarPlay, you press that button right there. It's waiting for the device, and then you just plug it in. You have to authorize your device to go with it. And of course, your CarPlay is the same as everything else. If you want to go back, just press the back button. So I still have all the other features that my Alpine had, plus I have the Android base, which is what I really wanted. And you can put different wallpapers on the screen so it doesn't look so boring for your home screen setup. Right now I just got a winter scene set up. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The stereo is going to be pretty awesome. If you have any questions or comments, post them below. And I'll see you guys in the next one.